Zippity doo-dah, zippity day, my oh my, it is Thursday, the 26th day of May, 2022. I'm Dan Kuntz. Thanks for chiming in and starting your day with us here on the NCW Life Channel. Before we go anywhere, shout out to my good friend Dale. Dale watches the show every morning. There's no accounting for taste. A little under the weather, I'm told. I ran into Dale's son at a local restaurant here. Not going to tell you what restaurant it was. I told Cook's Corner I would not mention their name on the air. Anyway, he told me that his dad was a little under the weather, so I want to give a little shout out to Dale, who watches this show. Don't know why. Beautiful morning, 55 degrees, mixture of clouds and sun. Did we have a beautiful day yesterday? Nicest day of the year by far. And our streak of 20 consecutive days with our afternoon high not getting to where it should be is over. We hit 75. Officially at Pangbourne Memorial Airport. That's why they keep track of these things. Pangbourne, that's the official weather monitoring station for our area. And our normal high, 74. So we did it. We're going to have another nice day today. Not too bad Friday. Friday is the transition day. Going to start seeing the wind picking up a little bit as this rather robust cold front comes in. And then just in time for Memorial Day weekend, Mother Nature is going to give us cooler temperatures, cloudy temperatures, a little bit of rain. Details are coming up. As is the news, as is sports. The Mariners are our hurting unit. We were all optimistic back in late March and early April as the Mariners kicked off their 2022 campaign. Everybody said it's a good young team. It's a scrappy team. Our long, decades-long streak of not making the playoffs is going to come to an end. For one thing, there's going to be more teams making the playoffs this year. Mariners are not playing very good baseball, and yesterday afternoon was no exception. We'll also have the latest in high school prep. It is championship weekend, of course. Golf is done. They're kicking off tennis now. And, of course, over the weekend, any number of local teams will be playing and competing for state championships, including the Wenatchee Panther boys soccer team, who has made it to the Final Four. They'll take on Skyline tomorrow afternoon. We are looking forward to that. All right, let's get busy. Let's take our tour around the valley with our Valley View cameras. Oh, two other things I forgot to mention. First of all, Paws for Pets. It's Thursday. Andy the dog needs a home. We'll be taking care of Andy. We hope you'll take care of Andy. We'll introduce you to Andy from our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And they did the big rollout on Tuesday afternoon, downtown Wenatchee, of the bird scooters, who are now kind of everywhere. You heard about this. City of Wenatchee has green-lighted a one-year deal with a company that manufactures and distributes bird scooters. They're all over downtown and other locations in Wenatchee. We got a chance to try it out and talk to some of the people. I had a really good time. This is a two-part interview. You'll see part one today about bird scooters in Wenatchee. Part two will air tomorrow. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley from the tip of Wenatchee Heights. This is God's country. That's where we live. People want to live here, and that's one of the reasons. It's just purty. Camera number 2. Is purty a word? Well, that's purty. That's Lake Wenatchee. Hello, Lake Wenatchee. Dirty Face. Still a little bit of snow on the north face of Dirty Face. And some snow, as you can see, off the two rivers in the valleys up there. Gorgeous view of the Lake Wenatchee area. In the upper right-hand corner, you can make out a little sliver of Fish Lake, Kaler Glen Golf and Ski Resort down there. They do cross-country skiing, of course, in the wintertime. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee. Beautiful shot there. Camera 3. Billy Goat checks in. Been a while. Hello, Billy Goat camera. High above Alta Lake and the golf course and the park. There's the Medhow River. There's all of Pateris and then some. You can see pretty much all of Brewster. And if that big abutment didn't stick out, you can see pretty much a great swath of Bridgeport as well. And you can see the sun beaming down up in Okanagan County and camera number 4. We wrap things up with a beautiful view from Jump Off Ridge. Looking back down towards the Wenatchee Valley, that's the Stemilt Basin. Look at them cherries growing away. They've already told us, the Cherry Growers organization, that it's going to be a later than normal crop, as you might imagine, and it's going to be smaller than normal with this cool, wet spring. Record-breaking cool, wet spring is going to affect the cherry crop, probably other tree fruits as well. I'm speculating. I'm not an orchardist, but I think that common sense tells us that. Good morning to the Stemilt Basin. All right, good stuff this morning from our good friend, Mr. Darby. All right, from the National Weather Service, here we go. Another day of 75. Now, we're going to see more clouds today. That afternoon sunshine was just beautiful with a nice light breeze. I ran a few errands yesterday afternoon after I got home from work, and a lot of people out and about everywhere enjoying the nice weather. We're going to have it again today. Just a few more clouds. Again, it's a flat ridge of high pressure, which allows the clouds to come in over the top of the ridge. 54 for the overnight low. Things start changing on Friday. Winds will be picking up in intensity. Chance of rain increases. The clouds will be thickening up. We'll only get to 68. The cold front really comes in on Friday night, 47 for the overnight low. So we're going to go from 75 to 62 in a matter of 48 hours. Saturday looks to be the coolest and perhaps wettest day of the Memorial Day weekend, 48 for the overnight low on Saturday. Sunday, 65 degrees, still lots of clouds, still chance of rain. We're hoping for more sun breaks over the weekend. Yesterday at this time, they were saying we're going to see some intermittent sunshine on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Monday, for Memorial Day proper, partly cloudy and a high of 72, and then up to 75, and very nice weather as we say goodbye to May and welcome June. And by the way, if you're going to be out and about and camping in the boondocks, most people, when you go camping, you don't camp in the middle of town. Check the weather forecast before you go, because there are going to be some locations going to be very cold. They're not even going to get maybe to 50, and also there's going to be a pretty good chance of rain in some locations, a much better chance of rain in some campgrounds to the north of us than we're going to see here in the valley. Just a quick heads up on that. Be prepared if you're planning on camping on Memorial Day weekend, because Mother Nature is not going to cooperate. All right, 7 minutes after the hour, a break, and then the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience the newly expanded Cycle Chelan, held June 25th, 2022. Pick your thrill from 4 rides: the Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, the Lake Loop, or the Butte Blast. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan 2022. Pick your thrill today.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
Just about 10 minutes after the hour, 56 degrees, mixture of clouds and sun. After a beautiful day yesterday, going to be very mild again today. Perhaps a few more clouds this afternoon than we had on Wednesday, which was just a beautiful day. Then the weather's going to take a nosedive just in time for the weekend. Let's begin with this story. A standoff with a man wanted on a felony warrant. It began Tuesday afternoon outside of Loomis. It ended late yesterday morning without the suspect being arrested. The Okanagan County Sheriff's Office said the standoff began at about 3:44 Tuesday afternoon in the Totes Coulee area. That's when deputies heard a gunshot as they arrived to serve a felon in possession of a firearm warrant on 43-year-old Jason Kortlever. Well, Okanagan County Sheriff Tony Hawley said it is not known if the shot was in fact targeting law enforcement. Kortlever reportedly had earlier been involved in a dispute with neighbors. Well, numerous agencies were involved in the standoff, including the East Cascade SWAT team out of Chelan and Douglas counties. Hawley said yesterday morning there had been difficulty getting armored vehicles into position to end the standoff because of a rock slide on the road. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help pay for the funeral expenses of that 14-year-old Wenatchee gal who drowned Sunday in the Aniat River. The fundraiser is being set up by Guadalupe Sanchez. That's the mother of Yulissa Nunez Sanchez. She fell into the fast-moving river at Lake Creek Campground at about 4:15 on Sunday afternoon. Guadalupe Sanchez said she simply is not in an economic position to offer her child a proper burial. More than 40 rescue personnel responded to the scene. A Chelan County Sheriff's Office helicopter crew spotted the girl downstream from the campground. Crews used a rope system and ladders to get to her, but unfortunately, it was too late. Social welfare projects in the Wenatchee Valley are lining up for some potential federal aid dollars. Community project funding earmarks allow members of Congress to request federal allocations for local development. Both 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse and 8th District Representative Kim Schreier, they have singled out the memory care expansion at Heritage Heights in Lake Chelan. The nonprofit Senior Living Center wants to offer services to clients living with Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. It's already received a $1 million grant from the State Commerce Department. If approved for both congressional requests, Heritage Heights could gain as much as $1.6 million more. Other project requests on Schreier's list includes $3 million for food distribution efforts by the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council and $200,000 to renovate supporting housing units owned by the Wenatchee Valley YWCA. The Wenatchee School District is going to be a part of a class action lawsuit against the makers of e-cigarettes. The school board voted unanimously on Tuesday to seek compensation from vape company Juul and its major investor, Altria. They make nicotine products more accessible to kids, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit already involves more than 600 school districts in 30 states. Superintendent Dr. Paul Gordon says vaping has been a constant concern in Wenatchee schools.
Up in the high school, it's one of the bigger issues confronting our high schools. We're also seeing it in the middle schools, but high school is where it's very prevalent. So this lawsuit looks to hold Juul accountable. They're hoping that through any monetary damages that would be collected through Juul, that districts will be able to support through funding education, nicotine abuse education, support for interventions for districts, and a multitude of other ideas, including vape detectors within the bathrooms. Students have become very creative with vaping. There are clothing companies out there that literally make it accessible right there in your clothing. So it's super hard to detect. And it's for our principals and assistant principals and others in our schools, it really is whack-a-mole right now.
Earlier in the week, we told you about promotions that were handed out to local Washington State Patrol troopers in Wenatchee, but also honored at the same ceremony 3 Washington State Department of Transportation employees for their part in rescuing that woman who was trapped in the snow in her car on Blewett Pass back in November. Aaron Bird, Kobe Todd, and Gunnar Lance located 68-year-old Linnell McFarland last November, 4 days after her car went over an embankment and left her stranded 40 feet off of Blewett Pass. Their quick work led Chelan County firefighters and rescue workers to the scene, and McFarland was brought out of the crash. She was treated for injuries and exposure, went to the hospital in Spokane, spent a week there, and now she's fully recovered. The 3 DOT employees received life-saving awards from the agency's North Central Washington Administrator, David Bierschbach, and Washington State Patrol Chief, John Batiste. Congratulations to those folks. And that's what's making news at quarter after the hour. Grant will be in the news anchor chair. I'll be filling in for Eric. I'll be doing sports tonight, by the way. If you want to see a train wreck, tune in at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCW Life Evening News. Grant will do a great job. Me, I don't know. With a preview, here's Grant.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we'll have our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today looks to be our last warm, dry day before rainy, cooler weather moves in for the Memorial Day weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have results of state boys and girls golf, as well as the latest on the Mariners and A's series. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Don't forget, you got a news tip, you want to drop us a note, say hi, go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. Go to your email and type in news@ncwlife.com and it'll come to us. Or you can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon. When we come back, the Mariners are not playing very good baseball. Haven't really now for about the last 3 weeks. We'll talk about Mariner baseball and high school championship weekend. Fully underway. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Sunny days are here and Collins Fashions is ready for all your events and celebrations this summer. Wedding wear, sundresses, linen wear, tees, tunics, shorts, crops, skirts, and capris. Your favorite brands like Joseph Ribkoff, Frank Lyman, Tribal, Tommy Bahama, Charlie B. Brighton handbags and jewelry, Joe Susan Latico totes and accessories. Gift candles from Capri Blue, Veluspa, and Spoke Candy. Comfy cute sandals from Soft, Bueno, Fly London, Jambu. Service extraordinaire at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
Just about 18 minutes after the hour, there's a new team in last place in the American League West. It's the Mariners. Yeah, during the matinee yesterday, they lost 4-2 to the A's. The A's hitting 2 home runs off starter Robbie Ray. The Mariners only mustered 5 hits in this series clinching win for Oakland. Ray struck out 10 into 6 innings of work, but home runs, once again, were the difference.
And that set the A's up nicely. This one is driven to right field. Trammell going back, still going back, and that baby's gone. 5th home run of the year for Seth Brown. So he's got a double and a home run against Robbie Ray. Elvis hits one very high to left field. Winker's going back. Winker still going back. Winker at the wall, and that baby is gone. 2nd day in a row, Elvis Andrus homers, and the A's lead 3-0.
Another 3-2. Right side and through. Dylan Moore's on his way home. And Luis Torrens puts the first run across for the Mariners. It's a 2-run game with 2 outs at the bottom of the 7th. This kicks away. Francis coming home. He can stroll home. It's a 1-run game.
Way to be on the breaking ball. Here it is. Kind of spikes it. Bethencourt not able to keep it in front of him. Mariners will take that run.
Looks like Danny Jimenez is going to come in for the A's. Drive to right. That's going to get down. Yes, for a base hit. Seth Brown's going to score. Barrera comes through big time, and the A's pick up their 4th run. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. And it was the breaking ball. It's bounced fair. Backhanded by Brown. He'll take it himself, and that's the ball game. So a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the 9th inning. Danny Jimenez keeps it quiet.
Mariner manager Scott Service said Robbie Ray pitched okay, but he said, who's kidding who? We're just not playing very good baseball right now.
Robbie Ray threw the ball outstanding. You know, it's a couple of homers and one ball that wasn't hit particularly hard, but it got out, and you look up and we're down 3 spot. Blackburn threw the ball very well. We knew that coming into the game today, that he has been, the command and what he's doing has been very effective, not just against us, but other teams in the league as well. So We had some traffic. Certainly the 4 double plays today really crushed getting much going in terms of a rally or whatnot. But we're not playing good baseball. We know that. We have to make some adjustments here, and it needs to happen quick. So, effort-wise today, I thought, just putting innings together when you don't get hits with runners in scoring position, it is going to be tough to put anything together. So, but nothing against Robbie. I thought Robbie, the second, third, nobody out, got out of it early in the game. Another inning and a man on third, 1 out. He got big outs. He kept us right there. And that's all you can ask of your starting pitcher. But, offensively, we just didn't get anything going today. So you can't sit back and say, okay, now we need to win 10 out of 12 or 12 out of 15 or something like that. You really got to look at it game at a time, play a good game, play a good series. And, we won the first game of this series. You think you get a little momentum going. Last night's game got away from us. And today we never really got much going. And again, I feel that, George gave us a chance last night. Robbie right there today. We didn't get a lot going, and, it happens.
After playing 13 games in 13 days and not particularly well, the Mariners actually get the day off today before, the Astros come to town on Friday for the first of 3 games. Speaking of the Astros, they won again 2-1 over the Guardians yesterday. Christian Javier and 3 relievers held the Guardians to 1 run on 4 hits, 12 strikeouts. Mitch Garver and Cole Calhoun each homered in a 3-run 4th inning. That helped Texas beat the Angels 7-2. The loss puts L.A. 2 games behind Houston in the AL West. Texas is 3rd, followed by Oakland, and then the Mariners. All right, 7th place was the best finish for an individual from North Central Washington at the state golf tournaments yesterday. Chelan grabbed 4th place as a team, and that honor was Joey Gaspar. He finished with a 2-day total of 154 to lead Chelan to the trophy as a team. Carson Clinton finished 11th for the Goats. Omac's Blake Sam, 31st. Ryder Odom was medalist to lead Bear Creek School to the team championship. Eastmont's Cal Anderson finished 22nd in the state boys 4A tournament in Olympia. His teammate, Quentin Ward, 67th. Wenatchee's Max Yount, 37th. Redmond's S.K. Anad, the medalist, with a 2-day total of 141. Bellarmine Prep, by the way, team championship. Wenatchee's Ashley Willoughby finished 44th in the girls 4A tournament at Hawks Prairie. Newport won the team title, while Union's Jay Gruher held on for medalist honors with a 141. Ephrata's Max Hewitt, Carter Burns, and Ken J. Pickerel finished in the top 40 at the state 2A tournament at the Capital City Golf Course. White River's Zach Miller medaled with a 2-day total of 142. Burlington Edison captured the team championship. Girls golf, Ephrata's Jamie Dwight finished a very respectable 17th at the 2A tournament. White River's Brooke Jelinas led her school to the team title with medalist honors. She shot a 141. The state 1A girls team title went to Bear Creek School with Charles Wright Academy's Emerson Walker earning medalist honors with a 143. Quincy's Emily Whirl finished 25th. Omac's Coley Christoph was 29th. Orville's Will Moreau was 12th. Teammate Kane Booker, 24th at the state 2B, 1B tournament at Deer Park. Okanagan's Riley Moore carded a 182. That's good for 27th. Dan Harrington shot a 144 to medal for Chesterton Academy of Notre Dame, while Cleellum Roslin won the team championship. And LaConner's Emma Wargum held on to her first-round lead to be the medalist in the state 1B, 2B girls tournament. Warden took the team title. State tennis begins today in Yakima. The Tri-Cities and Seattle will be following Wenatchee's doubles team. Ben Borden and Evan Mueller, as well as Kai Bromptley and Andrew Van Loo. Wenatchee's single players, Chloe Andrzejewski and Heather Hayes. Moses Lake has a doubles team in the state championships. Malika Warnick and Emil Gregory. Ephrata's doubles team of Chase Addick and Joby Van Hudson are over in Seattle. Lexi Diem will represent the Tigers at the Nordstrom Tennis Center. The boys were watching at the state 1A, 1B, 2B tournament, which is in Yakima. Manson's Rex Torgeson and Ben Cullison, Cascade's Charlie's Lions, Chelan's Nate Harding, Quincy's Marty Gonzalez and Harrison Heiler, and the Kodiak's Jasper Bard and Blue Knutson. On the girls' side for the 1A tournament, good luck to Quincy's Stephanie Aguirre, as well as Lauren and Faith Kurt from Kashmir, and Chelan's Alexis Williams and Arden Paglia. And the rundown on the girls participating in the state 1B, 2B tournament includes Tanaska Skylar Hardsey, Liberty Bell's Hazela of Alvarez Azalea. Pateras' Caroline Zoretic Manson's doubles team of Josephine Thompson and Caden Koth, and Pateras' two doubles teams, Nelly Hernandez and Alyssa Lopez and Angie and Melody Gonzalez, and finally track and field. Here we go. The state 4A, 3A, and 2A meet. Mount Tahoma High School in Tacoma. The small schools will meet at Eastern Washington University in Cheney. Good luck to all the local preppers as they wrap up their prep careers for some of them, and others, of course, they're just sophomores and juniors. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 25 minutes after the hour. Let's celebrate World Lindy Hop Day. Today, for the obscure holiday, the Lindy Hop, named after Charles Lindbergh. A lot of things were named after Charles Lindbergh after 1927. He was a pretty popular guy back then. Lindy Hop began in Harlem, in the upper side of Manhattan. It's a combination of the Charleston, tap dancing, and jazz dancing, and they put them all together, and they came up with the Lindy Hop. It was hugely popular in the 1930s, kind of faded, basically with a slow fade out of swing music. It kind of went away, and then it made a huge resurgence in the 1990s and is still around today. Look at YouTube videos of professionals doing the Lindy Hop. You got to be in pretty good shape. Otherwise, I do the Lindy Hop. World Lindy Hop Day today. 26 minutes after the hour. Today in history, attention all Native Americans, get out of here. The Indian Removal Act is passed by the United States Congress on this date in 1830. It allowed the President of the United States, Andrew Jackson, to negotiate with the Southern Native American tribes. He didn't really negotiate. He just told them to get out. The Supreme Court ruled that you can't do that. We have treaties with these tribes. You can't just throw them off their land. And Andrew Jackson said, "Nerds to you, Supreme Court. We're doing it anyway." And they did. And the Trail of Tears began. They're going to send them all from their native lands to the middle of nowhere, so the white guy can get the good land that we shouldn't have given up in the first place. That was the theory. A black mark in American history. One of many. Began 132 years ago today. Baseball history. 63 years ago today, Harvey Haddix of the Pittsburgh Pirates pitches one of the most remarkable games in baseball history. 36 Braves up, 36 Braves down. 12 perfect innings. Unfortunately, the Pirates could not score a run, and in the 13th inning, it all fell apart with an error, an intentional walk, a base hit, a home run. Harvey Haddix pitches 12 perfect innings and loses the game in the 13th inning. Lou Burdett of the Braves, he pitched a complete game, gave up 12 hits, but he got the win. One of the most remarkable baseball feats ever. And poor Harvey lost the game on this date in 1959. And finally, 24 years ago today, the Supreme Court, after these, New Jersey and New York have been fighting on where Ellis Island actually is. And it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And on this date in 1998, the Supreme Court ruled that Ellis Island, the gateway for millions and millions and millions of Americans, the odds are you know somebody whose ancestors passed through Ellis Island. They ruled that the vast majority of Ellis Island is actually in New Jersey and not in New York. The original Ellis Island was just a 3-acre army post. That was the natural island, and then over the course of the years, they kept making it bigger and bigger with landfill. They would just take out big trucks and keep dumping dirt and rocks until the island got bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually, Ellis Island was 24 acres in size, but as they kept building it up, they kept building it up to the west, which was in New Jersey territory. Stupid feud. The whole thing didn't mean anything because Ellis Island, the title to Ellis Island, is owned by the federal government. It changed nothing except a bunch of lawyers got paid a bunch of money. So here you go. Most of Ellis Island is in New Jersey. We got that out of the way. It's the bottom of the hour. Birthdays. If you're going to be one of the iconic movie stars of all time, you're going to change your name from Marion Morrison to John Wayne, and he did exactly that. The Duke. Born in this state in 1907, died in 1979 at the age of 72, appeared in 146 movies, won Academy Award for Best Actor for True Grit. The Searchers is one of the greatest movies ever made of any kind, regardless of the genre. I could list all the John Wayne movies that are good. I don't have that kind of time. John Wayne, born in this state in 1907. Speaking of legendary Western actors, James Arness, Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke, the television show. The radio show that was starred William Conrad. Remember William Conrad? Well, when they moved it to television, they said William Conrad is too fat, so we need somebody else. And so they brought in James Arness, which was a good idea because he was like 6'5" and 250 pounds. He was the only one to appear in all 635 episodes of Gunsmoke. And his brother, who was James Arness's brother? Peter Graves from Mission Impossible. James Arness, born this day in 1923, died in 2011. Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool, Bitches Brew, Jack Johnson, oh geez, Miles Ahead, Porgy and Bess, Sketches of Spain, In a Silent Way, I could go on and on. In the Mount Rushmore of jazz, the Big Four, he's there. Miles Davis. We miss Miles. Born in the state in 1926. I had a chance to meet Brent Musburger about 10, 15 years ago in Montana, his home state. Nice guy. Brent Musburger, 83 years old today. The longtime drummer and vocalist of the band. Levon Helm, born in the state 82 years ago. We lost Levon to throat cancer in 2012 at the age of 71. He also played Loretta Lynn's father in Coal Miner's Daughter, if you remember that. The great Levon Helm. We miss you, Levon. Stevie Nicks, along with Carole King, one of only 2 females to be inducted twice into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Fleetwood Mac, and of course as a solo artist. She just played the Gorge and George last weekend. Happy birthday to Stevie Nicks, 74 years old today. And speaking of rock and roll legends, Lenny Kravitz. I love Lenny Kravitz. This guy is good, and he can do it all. He's a great instrumentalist. He's a great songwriter. If there's a contemporary rocker and roller whose career can be compared to Jimi Hendrix, I would say it would be Lenny Kravitz, who is a genius, and he's 58 years old today. Still to come, in the back half of the program, we had a chance to go down to downtown Wenatchee on Tuesday to learn all about bird scooters. You've seen them. You've heard about it. They're here. It's a great 2-part interview that we did with some people you are going to recognize. We're going to do the first part today. The second part will air tomorrow. Also, an opinion from my Mad Dog Mignotti. But first things first, Andy the dog needs a home. It's Pause for Pets.
Hello, I'm Jenny. I'm the volunteer coordinator here at the Wenatchee Humane Society. And with me today, I have Andy, otherwise known as Andrew, as we like to affectionately call him, because I like to say that every day he's trying to be the very best Andrew he can be. Right, Betty? He's what I describe as like high on life. He is so jolly, so much fun. I personally adore Andy. He obviously has a lot to say. So every day he greets us, telling me all about what he's done the day before. He's actually quite smart though too. He has a bunch of tricks that he knows. He knows sit, he knows shake. He's learning to walk good on a leash. He does know eye contact, but the problem is he gets very excited about everything. So he has moments where he forgets how to behave on leash. Overall, Andy is, he might be one of my favorite guys. He does go to playgroup with a bunch of dogs. He's not every dog's cup of tea though, because he's a little bit on the rough and rowdy side. But he comes in full steam, plays with them for a few minutes, and then he usually finds a stick and settles down with his stick. He's also a very scheduled dog. So here at the shelter, Andy knows when our daily enrichments are and what time they are. So he very much looks forward to scent tube time. He's awesome with people. He greets everybody kind of in this manner. He has a lot to say to everyone, and he wants to greet everyone. Yeah. When treats are involved, he does get a little bit more demanding, obviously. But overall, Andy is just... he's adorable, and he's just a super, super fun guy. Andy is going to have a life full of adventures.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and closed 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. for quiet hour. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia, walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hello spring, hello savings. Now at Boswell's. Save hundreds with a free leather upgrade, or get $300 off stressless Mike and Max motorized recliners with a soft rocking motion that provides instant comfort, and $300 off the new 50th anniversary retro stressless Royal recliner, available with the iconic stressless original base. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I've heard you've heard people say, and maybe you've said it yourself, that I feel like I have to walk around eggshells around them. Meaning, of course, that we're trying to moderate our own behavior in hopes that we don't make someone else mad or abusive. Well, if you feel like you're walking on eggshells around someone, don't bother. See, the reality is, if your partner or your friend is going to get mad or abusive, that's their problem. And no matter what you do, they're going to find an excuse to act out and then blame you for their behavior. Now, seriously, if this is what's going on in your relationship, it may be time to stop worrying about what you're doing and instead start questioning the nature of the relationship itself. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
I have a hereditary bone disease from the female side of my family. My bone loss was so significant that you could almost see the roots. I became embarrassed and I started covering my mouth. Eating became very difficult as far as I stopped eating apples, corn on the cob, things that you just eat as it is without utensils. Dr. Divis was my dentist prior to having implants. We talked about traditional dentures or implants, and implants was the only way really that I could go. John Divis and all of his office staff, they checked on me throughout all the processes. I would never go anyplace else. Today, I can eat corn on the cob. I can have apples. Thanks to Dr. John Divis and his staff, I have my smile back. I feel more confident. I am me again.
This is John Divis. Let our team help you solve your dental needs.
Did you know that nearly 50% of pet poisoning cases involve human medications and prescription drugs? Sometimes the culprit's a curious dog, but cats get into their share of trouble as well. Other times, pet owners mistakenly give their pets their own medications that are safe to people but toxic to their pets. Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff care about your pets. Go to pawsandclawsvh.com for a complete list of medications to avoid or call 888-PAWS.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington since 1984, providing the finest Bryant systems for both your heating and cooling needs. Along with prompt and professional service for both your residential and commercial needs, they also offer service and maintenance on your gas fireplaces. As always, Arctic is available 24 hours a day for any of your emergency calls. Whatever it takes, Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word. I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
The workforce and career programs at Wenatchee Valley College are for you. The programs we offer are high demand, so you can kickstart your career and get connected to industry experts. With dedicated instructors and financial support available, we're behind you every step of the way. Are you ready for something new? Find your next career at Wenatchee Valley College. We have options for learners like you.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
They are here. The City Council green-lighted scooters from birdapp.com, and they're going to be zipping all over the big city here, and they're here. And it's a one-year experiment. We're going to see how it's working out. Anthony, explain your role with this contraption that we're standing with.
Yeah, basically, I was one of the two people blessed to be able to operate a fleet of Bird scooters from Bird Direct. They're the parent company, but we're like a franchise type of deal, and we run the company with Bird.
And so you're here and you're doing this. What is your role with Bird in relation to the scooters here in Wenatchee?
Yeah, it's everything, pretty much from the ground floor up, from picking it up to cleaning it to sanitizing it to recovering it to placing it to making sure the battery's charged. So anything that it would take to operate a fleet of regular vehicles, the scooter has the same things, making sure it's oiled, brakes, and repaired.
Now, it looks to me, as we look at one of these, this is like brand new or unused. Are all of them, the ones that are in town, are they all pretty much new?
Yeah. We were blessed enough to get a fresh fleet to honor the Wenatchee Valley. There's 120 of these birds around town, and they're all brand new.
120, and 120. The initial rollout just about 10 days ago was what, 20, 25 maybe?
Yeah, what we did is they gave us 60 apiece. We kind of put out 30 apiece to see how it went, and we couldn't keep anything charged, so we had to release the whole flock. And then once we released the whole flock, we couldn't keep that charged. So we really need to increase our fleet by about 50 apiece to be able to mitigate, the availability piece. But yeah, it's been amazing, and so we're grateful to be here.
You said we, Anthony. You're not alone in this, are you?
No, there's one other gentleman by the name of Guillermo Cruz. He's operating the other fleet. And again, it's more of instead of competition, it's a partnership. So we want to make sure that the policies and we honor those ordinances, and so it's two eyes are better than one, or two heads are better than one. So that's kind of why we decided to work together instead of see and work apart.
What's been the early reaction so far? What's been the biggest good thing, thumbs up you're getting, and the biggest, ooh, this is something we need to work on?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking that. The biggest thing is that the hoopla that surrounds this, it's really a hysteria. It's like a Pokemon Go. You see people running to these things, putting their phones down, trying to get one, and that's been the biggest excitement. The excitement to seeing people, how they ride these as families, and they're smiling, and their kids that are getting involved, getting them off the phone. That's been exciting for me. And I would say probably the hardest thing, the downfall, would be just keeping them charged fast enough in availability. So we don't want a reputation that they're never charged. So that's important, is that they increase our fleet so that we can keep on getting these out.
So when you're on the app and you see where they're located all over the Wenatchee, and you see what that means, it's charged and ready to go, and if it's not charged, not ready to go, you can't see it. Is that basically how that works?
Kind of. What it is you'll see it whether it's charged or whether it's not. You'll see a blue line, and that'll indicate that it is good to go and ready to charge, but then you'll see a red line, and it shows that it's low on battery. Those are the ones really you want to stay away from. So this company has a good feature that you can reserve it. So you may live across town, you see one that has the blue line, you can reserve that. You have 30, 35 minutes to get there. Once you get there, then it's good to go.
Why Wenatchee?
Protects it for you. Wenatchee is an amazing valley that we believe that this would honor the valley. It would also reduce, we believe, traffic because of the landlocked. We don't believe that there's going to be any more roads. So this would honor that. It also provides for convention. It helps tourism for conventions. The people that are out of town, they generally come from other cities. And they're used to these, and so that's what we're seeing. A lot of hotels want to work with us because of that.
And how does one last question, Anthony, then I'll cut you loose. I know you're busy. If somebody who's never ridden one of these before, how does one go about riding that? Now, keep in mind we have footage, but for the never done this before, how do you approach getting on this thing and taking off?
Yeah, that's a good answer. When one person gets the app and before they ride, there's about a 5-point piece that shows you, directs you, the helmet, the brakes. It shows you how to get this going and get scooped. So what we do is we recommend you do that. And even though you can utilize that as a skateboard to get your balance, touch, taste, and feel it. You don't have to just go right away. Just skip it. You'll go manually. And then get on. Once you get your bearings a little bit, then just go ahead and hit that thumb with your throttle and you'll be good to go.
Anthony, I hope this works out really well for you.
You too. Thank you. I appreciate you having us.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Stranger.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We'll have more when we come back.
Thank you. Thanks for the time. Thank you.
Attention RVers and campers. There's a huge RV liquidation event going on now at Click It RV of Moses Lake. Click It RV of Moses Lake must make room for new inventory arriving daily. There's a huge selection of top quality RVs that must be liquidated to make room for new arrivals.
You're going to want to be at this event.
Get to Click It RV Moses Lake's huge liquidation event.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro? You probably already are.
Get the best deals anywhere at Click It RV of Moses Lake.
We guarantee it.
Let's wrap up our conversation about these brand new scooters coming to town from a law enforcement perspective. He's no stranger to the NCW Live channel. Sergeant Edgar Reinfeld for the Wenatchee Police Department. I'm sorry, Captain Edgar Reinfeld.
Same difference.
Well, no, my brother was telling me not after next week's council meeting, but we won't get into that.
True story.
Captain, from a law enforcement perspective, I know we're only 2 weeks into this 1 year experiment. What's from your department? What do you got?
So we're catching complaints already, and we're catching complaints about a variety of things. Probably the number one concern is just riding recklessly, shooting out of alleyways towards streets or whatever else. That's a primary concern. Another major concern is riding on the sidewalk. They clearly are labeled on and say no riding on sidewalks. When you set up the app like I did on my phone, you say no riding on sidewalks. So keep it off the sidewalk, please. I understand it's scary to ride in traffic. City ordinance says very specifically a motorized foot scooter can't be on a sidewalk anywhere in the city. And again, that is a concern. If you're uncomfortable with that, maybe it's not your best mobility choice. And I also wouldn't suggest riding one on Chelan or Mission Street. There are one-ways or thoroughfares or state highways. Wenatchee Avenue, when I rode one last Tuesday, I went and grabbed one to go get lunch and come back to the station. I decided to see what it was all about. Definitely rode on Wenatchee Avenue, but I would not have gone up on the one-ways. It's too much traffic too fast. Whereas cross streets, Wenatchee Avenue, the traffic is slow enough, there's stoplights frequently enough that it should be okay to deal with cars around at 15 miles an hour. 15 miles an hour is not very fast. No. It's fast enough to get around. It's not fast enough to keep up with cars. Then again, if they did 35 miles an hour, it probably wouldn't be your best choice either. Probably wouldn't be the safest thing in the world. So our big concerns are the sidewalk time, riding carefully around traffic, follow the rules of the road. Don't be running red lights because they don't apply to me. Yeah, they still apply to you. And then, it's required to be 18 to use these on the rental. It looks like a lot of people are renting them, handing off to kids, and they're running around. And we don't want to see anybody get hurt like that. And please, please, please wear a helmet. I wear a helmet every time I'm on a bicycle. I have since I was like 13 years old. It's been a very long time. But I also have to say I've broken 3 bicycle helmets with my head, stacking up bikes. Hard. And any one of those wrecks could have left me killed or paralyzed or anywhere in between, just severely injured. The same thing is very true here. It's only 15 miles an hour. It's not very fast. You're only standing 4 or 5 inches off the ground. Wear a helmet.
Again, probably the biggest thing is no riding on the sidewalk. If you're riding down the sidewalk and you're just barely having enough momentum to keep yourself forward, that's one thing as opposed to zipping down the sidewalk as fast as this thing can go. That's when you get into trouble, right? Which is why it exists to begin with.
We'd like to keep them off the sidewalks 100%. It's what city ordinance says, and things may evolve over time. This is an amazing new program. This is something completely different. This is new to Wenatchee. We're not unfamiliar with e-scooters and e-bikes and all these other mobility devices we've been seeing a lot of in the last few years. But this is different in that it's a rental program. It's okayed by the city. It's being pursued locally and perhaps regionally. If this thing takes off and sticks here, I fully expect our partners in East Wenatchee to be picking them up, and then it'll be a whole new way to get across the river as well. So one thing at a time, but please, off the sidewalk, please wear a helmet.
Please.
Be like me, wear a helmet so you're still walking and talking. And just
the good captain and his cohorts, they got enough to worry about without having to worry about enforcing the scooter rules. Let them do their job and do it well, and just it's not too hard to play by the rules. One last question, Captain. I'll cut you loose. Law enforcement activity traditionally picks up in the warmer summer months. Obviously, 2022 will be no exception. Are you anticipating an uptick? The traditional warmer weather, kids out of school problems that are associated in your department?
Absolutely.
Inevitable, right?
We were kind of looking down the road and going, June's going to be really interesting. And then April ended up being really interesting. And May has ended up being very busy. So I think what we're likely to see as we come into spring is just like every spring, we'll see a rise in activity. Like you noted, a lot of kids aren't in school. They're running around. The weather's going to get nice. And for the first time in 3 years, we're not going to be looking necessarily at a society with partial or full closures here and there. a real openness for everybody to run around and do what it is they're going to do. And so with that, we expect to see a lot of activity. We'll see how it goes.
Captain Edgar Reifeld. I love teasing Edgar.
I have so many titles.
He's one of my favorite police officers of the 60 or so police officers. He's one of my all-time favorites here in the city of Wenatchee. It's good to see you, Captain. Thanks for your important information.
Thank you, Dan.
We appreciate it. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCW Life channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
And we are back on this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I hope you enjoyed our little video introduction to the Bird scooters. Thanks to Anthony and Captain Reinfeld. We'll have more on Bird scooters, by the way, in tomorrow's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And I'm starting to see them everywhere. And they also, I might add, are kind of fun. Temperatures around the region right now. Here in the big city, we're at 57 degrees. Moses Lake checks in at 57. The warm spot right now at 63 is Quincy, and we traditionally check in with downtown Dryden, 56 degrees, suburban Dryden, 57 degrees. We had a beautiful day yesterday, hit that 75-degree mark, had bountiful sunshine. We're going to be pretty nice today, perhaps a few more clouds, and then a big change will start coming kind of tonight into Friday, certainly over the weekend. From the National Weather Service, let's take one more look at your forecast in detail. 75, just what we had yesterday. We're just going to see what we're thinking is perhaps a few more clouds. And later on in the day, late this afternoon into the early evening hours, maybe around 8:30 tonight, right before sunset, could see some light rain, 54 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, a little on the breezy side. Tomorrow is when this rather robust cold front begins to roll in. We'll wake up to some clear skies, but the clouds are going to be coming in rather rapidly. Wind will be picking up in intensity, considerably cooler, only about 68 degrees, and again, a lingering chance of rain. Pretty chilly for the overnight low, 47 on Friday night. Outdoor plans on the weekend, not looking real good. In fact, we were hoping for some sun breaks, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen now. The clouds going to be prevalent on Saturday, only 62 Our normal high this time of the year is 74, so it's going to be quite cool. Memorial Day Saturday with an overnight low of 48 degrees, a lingering chance of rain on Saturday. Sunday we do it again, maybe a couple of degrees warmer, but again, quite a bit of cloud cover and some rain. 49 for the overnight low for the holiday proper. We back to a little bit of sunshine and warmer temperatures, and then we'll have some pretty pleasant weather in the early part of June. That's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.